Hey, what's up guys? John here. Inside of the last 2 weeks, the CDK attack unfolded, impacting 15,000 car dealerships.
CDK Global says it was hit by back-to-back cyber attacks on Wednesday.
The cyber attack that has impacted thousands of car dealerships across the nation.
They say this could take years to resolve. Now, when you remember this old video of Klaus, when he said that the next big problem is going to be a cyber event.
Pay insufficient attention to the frightening scenario of a comprehensive cyber attack.
You know, it's looking very, very likely like that is the situation. Remember last year, Mr. Cooper, 14 million, is one of the largest loan originators in America. 14 million people lost all of their private information. So security numbers, date of birth, address, emails. Then you had Verizon, you had all of these major cell phone carriers. Then another major health network. You have all of these cyber attacks unfolding. I think we're potentially walking into a really big problem in America. And I think it's something that is going to disrupt everything. When Klaus said that, I don't think he was just saying it to say it. I think he really meant it. Like, this is going to make the situation in 2020 look like a mere disturbance.
COVID-19 crisis would be seen in this respect as a small disturbance in comparison to a major cyber attack.
Now this video, I'm going to walk around. I'm in Vail, Colorado right now. I've been traveling all throughout America, and what I've noticed and what I've witnessed firsthand is pretty shocking. You know, it's fascinating. When you go to places like San Francisco, you go to New York City, you go to Austin, you go to LA, what you notice is change in society, like an overall change in society. People, for the most part, are not half as happy as they were a couple of years ago, the everyday American. But the rich are never happier. Like, they're happier than, like flies on what. I mean, like, look at this beautiful custom built home here in Vail that's being built right off the river. I mean, I'm gonna give you a tour of Vail, kind of walk you around here, because all you see in Vail right now are happy families that are together. You see, people laughing, having a Bloody Mary, riding their bikes. It's just like it's like a fairy tale for them. It's like just an amazing experience. And I feel like that's kind of what America really needs to understand. What's going to happen next is going to be this major shift from the have-nots and the have-yots. And I think we're going to see cyber attacks and all these things push this and instigate this change even further. 2024 has seen nearly 10,000 data breaches affecting millions. Apple, Meta, Twitter, no one is safe. Your personal data can be stolen at any moment. Scary, right? That's where Delete Me comes in. They've removed personal info from data broker sites, protecting your privacy. Here's how it works. Sign up on the Delete Me website, provide the information that you want removed, and their expert team will handle the rest. They continuously scan data broker sites, and people search sites to ensure your personal information is removed and stays removed, providing you with regular updates. Plus, you can add your family members to your plan to make sure their data is safe too. Sign up and Delete Me handles the rest. Continuous searches and regular updates. Visit joindeleteme.com and use my promo code JW20OFF to get a 20% discount. Sign up today and protect your family with Delete Me. Thanks Delete Me for sponsoring this video. When you look at what's happened the last couple of years, every week it's been one major event, one major change. And it's always been like traumatic, where Americans are exhausted, where they almost want to just quit, give up. But the reality is, it seems like nothing ever happens. Like, oh no, this isn't real, this isn't happening. It's always just another thing, nothing unfolds. But when you go to American cities and you look around and you see, women off freeway exits asking for change, younger women, not like, like they have substance abuse problems, younger women. Like, I'm seeing it in my own eyes. And you're seeing people talking about van life. You're seeing all these different things. You would never see that in America, like 10 years ago. Never. Nobody would ever talk about, living in a van. Now, this is what Americans are going to be pushed to. This massive erosion of society is unfolding, and it's happening on the back of one major, potential problem after the next, and then as that's all unfolding, inflation's getting worse, and families are slowly starting to fade, getting broken up, I mean, when you have a family, even if you're making good money, you have a family, if you're making collectively 100,000, 150,000, and that family splits up and it's 75,000 each, you know, and then the attorneys get some, you know, they generally get about 30%. Then you have to pay for 2 households with the sky high, you know, cost of living. Then the entire family basically goes broke. And that's basically what's happening all throughout America. I saw this video yesterday where a woman was talking about her husband or her boyfriend, fiance, like her partner, going to play golf. And this partner, he was late, like 2-3 hours. And she was reading the comments, and everything was about how the partner's, you know, so bad, doesn't respect her, doesn't love her, doesn't care about her. And then she looked at the same post on her boyfriend's phone or her husband's phone and said everything was the complete opposite, about how the boyfriend is, you know, doesn't get to be happy, doesn't get to explore his own interest, and he's not being, you know, taken care of, and he deserves better. And it's like this whole conversation about how, you know, the best thing for everybody is for there to be more division in the world. And as that happens, you just realize who the real winners are. It's the rich that are buying beautiful mansions off the river in Vail, flying private Aspen, doing all these things. Because you think about it, as the poor and middle class continue to erode, where's that wealth flowing? It's flowing straight to the top. That's where it's flowing. In the next couple of years, we're just going to see so much wealth flowing from the middle class, from the bottom, straight to the top. And I think that we're going to see a collection of not just cyber attacks being a real big issue, but we're going to see a really big problem around layoffs that are going to be unfolding in this changing economy. We're going to see a really big problem about people just defaulting on bills, not being able to get loans because they have, you know, they have negatives and problems on the reports. We're going to start seeing all these big problems start to pop up, and the beneficiary to all this is going to be the 1%. That's why I think that if you are somebody that is ambitious, you have really big goals, it doesn't take a genius to see what's going on. You just drive through any American city today, you drive through any of them, you'll notice a change in attitude of literally everybody. Like everybody is you know, not half as happy as they were, or at least that's what it seems like. And it looks like people are struggling more and more, seeing more homelessness, seeing more RVs parked up alongside the roads, and you're seeing more stress point blank across America. And the problem with that is that you know, America is built on the middle class. Like most people work for a small business, most people work for, you know, mom and pop company. And when these mom and pop companies struggle and their employees can't afford to feed themselves, they're living in vans, you know, it's just a perfect scenario for the large corporations that are going to be able to gather market share, because that's exactly what's going to be happening. These large corporations are going to gather market share, and as the middle class and poor, you know, and the lower incomes can't afford to survive, they're just going to start buying up all their stuff and renting it back to them. Like, oh, you want this? You want to rent an RV? I can rent an RV on a daily rate. Oh, you want this? Sure, I can sell that to you on a subscription. That's basically where society's going. I mean, look at this. They got the gardeners out getting the house ready for the winter season. They're building this beautiful mansion. You know, I've never seen anything like what I'm going to show you here in Vail. These families are just little kids, you know, happy, doing cartwheels in the grass. Families out here just laughing, having a good old time. And I haven't seen one laugh in San Francisco. When I was there, not one laugh. I saw crime. I saw people that were upset. I saw, you know, people that looked like, you know, they were on the edge. But I didn't see anybody that was half as happy as anybody here. Like, and why is that? Because people here, they have their families together and they're working together. It's almost like when you look at many of these Eastern countries, they have these big houses and they have all these luxury cars, and people are wondering, like, how do they have all this? They don't make that much money. Well, because they're all pooling their money together. They're all working together as a team versus, you know, the other way around. And that's why they have like, you know, 6 or 7 or 8 people contributing. Makes things a lot easier. Same thing is true here. Yeah, I can almost promise you, it's not a bunch of bachelors that are buying these homes. It's a bunch of old money, people that have worked in businesses with their families for a very long time, and they work very hard on their health, They work hard on, keeping that family together. And they work hard on, investing. But these people, I promise you, they're not losing over the next couple of years. These are going to be the big winners. And I think that everybody could do the same thing. Like, if people realize what's happening right now in society, what they want to happen, they want everybody to go their own way. And if you don't do that, and you work really, really close with your partner, or with, maybe a business partner, or, whatever is winning for you, if you do that, I think you're going to have a much easier time scaling up, because most people are going to be scaling down. Like scaling down a mountain the next couple of years, as we start to see more and more of these black swan type events that are unfolding. I mean, look how beautiful this is. Not one piece of trash on the street, no crime. It's just, it's nice. Like, we checked in the hotel last night around 2 a.m, and they came out. They were giving fruit, and they were giving all these things, and I was like, oh yeah, I don't think we're gonna make breakfast. I think we're gonna sleep in a little bit. He's like, oh, here, let me give you all the breakfast. And they're offering all this stuff. It's like, well, it's even a super expensive hotel. But it was just like, I don't know. I feel like they look at customers differently than, like, if you went to a big city and you checked into a hotel, like, they don't care, Here it's like one really big family where everybody kind of knows, like, I could put this backpack down, even though there's nothing really in it, and I could leave it there all day, and I come back and I guarantee the backpack's still there and nobody would touch it. You can't say that about a big city, right? I think that if you are somebody that has these really, really big goals, it might make sense to maybe buy a house far outside of one of these big cities. You have a little getaway house, a place where you can kind of relax, you can work from, invite your family, a lot of the people use it, stuff like that. Because I think peace of mind is going to go a very, very, very long way the next couple of years. I think we're just going to see so much opportunity to make so much money. And I know some people might say, John, you don't want to make money off of this, or you don't want to do this or that. Look, even no matter how you look at it, large corporations don't care. Large corporations are going to go out there and they're going to do what they need to do for their shareholders. They have fiduciary duty for their shareholders to make as much money as possible. And they're going to go out there and do it. So I'd rather the middle class go out there and try to buy up a house, 2 houses, 3 houses, do what they got to do to protect themselves and their family, then ignore it and pretend like this isn't happening. This is what's happening. Like they say in 5.5 years that you're not going to own anything. How do you think that's going to happen? Look at the last 3 years or 4 years. People can see the trend. It went from, you could buy a really, really nice house for $300,000 a couple years ago. Now it's like you buy an RV for, you buy like a manufactured home for $300,000 in like some random area, right? If you want to own a decent house somewhere, it's $600,000, and the interest rate's 7.5%, and your payment's $4,000 a month. Yeah, like since when is that America, right? America, before you'd be able to buy a house everybody could buy a house. You could work at Walmart. You could have you could work at Walmart, and your spouse could work as a substitute teacher, and you guys would be able to go out there and buy a house and send your kids to college. That's not the America anymore that we now live in. And the faster we realize where we're actually going, where society is going, I think the better off that everyone will be, because it's always better. I've always looked at things this way. It's better to base actions based on facts than based on opinion, because opinions will always change, and the facts will remain stable. Because look at this. Look how stunning this is. I tell you, when things really start to hit the fan, I can tell you these people, they're going to go unfazed. When they have a multi-million-dollar condo overlooking the ski lift, you think they're worried about it? They're not, right? They're not. But the door hasn't shut yet. There's still a couple years left. There's a couple years to really make some really big moves, and if you do that, I think you're going to be in a really, really good spot. What do you think about this? For more information on Delete Me, you can click the link in the description just below this video, and catch you next video.